miserable life. Damn. Am I gonna find my way out of this hellhole? Yes, definitely. Excuse me. I do plan on learning Mom's tarot more often, but I gotta be able to have sound mind, though. So, but that excuse me, but that brings me to religion. When it comes to religion, there's this fucking fly that will not leave me alone, and I'm gonna kill the son of a bitch when I get the chance. But I don't know. I think when it comes to religion and whatnot, and I'm more of a spiritual person, given I prefer the darker path of things, but that's just me. You know, I can't speak for everybody. I'm just being real. But well, me and my family, I mean, we kind of believe in the universe. That's the way that we put it. But for me personally, I can vaguely remember there was a point where I wholeheartedly believed, like, in God. I guess the Christianity aspect of it, because that's what you know, but that's just what you're fucking told growing up, you know, and my mom was never really like a religious, like, crazy fucking, you know, Mom's whole thing is, as long as you ain't fucking around with other people, you know, she don't care, pretty much. But like with Mom and her tarot, you know, like I said in another video at one point, that, you know, when I was little, I found that box of her tarot cards, and I've been intrigued ever since. Although at the time, Mom didn't really do it as much as she does now. And that, to me, is proof that it has always been in her. You know, that you just hit a certain point where you evolve. And I think Word from Your Mother kind of sees it like that, maybe right now, that it's always been there. And that's how the universe works, is it's kind of like a caterpillar. You know, like when you're going through hard times, and you just grow through it. You just fucking just do it. That's what Mom's whole thing was growing up. And a lot of how I've been able to get to where I'm at now in my better days has been because of Mom's philosophy. Just fucking do it. No fuck around. But there comes a point where you got to be able to just stop for a minute. You got to stop for a minute and think. And with everything that I've been through in the past year, I mean, you just get to this point where everything, you just feel like you can't proceed. Like you really want to evolve, but you know that you gotta, but you realize and know that the only way that you truly can evolve is when there's a possibility you might have to cut loose ends. But that's like a matter of last resort. And when you're trying to stay sane enough in the moment, keeping your shit together, trying to be the man, and I've been going through this thing where sometimes I'll be drinking, and then sometimes I don't. And the path that I'm going through right now is that I have not been, and I regret the last time I took a drink of anything majorly. But, it's one of those things that you have to own up to it. And I don't have a problem owning up to my shit, okay? And it's just when you can't trust nobody. And this is where, on my YouTube, I put ramblings of an undiagnosed schizo, because there's a story behind that. But coming from a poor man in Midwestern Indiana, sometimes you just can't get health insurance to get the help that you want. And it's not that I need help. It's I am open to interpretation, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Like, I used to hate the idea in my 20s, codependency meetings. And that was something that my mom and stepdad started at one point, but I think I understand that now. And it's nothing to be, and I've also understood that it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's a place that would help you understand that you need to seek the validation from yourself and yourself only. Which I am good at doing by myself. But again, sometimes you just get to a point where you feel like nobody understands you. You know, you get to this point where you're taking on so much and everybody's just hating on you, motherfucker. Like, over dumb decisions that you've made at one point or another, and not to say that it shouldn't always be remembered, because I understand humility too. But when you're at a point where you've been down there enough times that you start to see when you're about to start going down, you know, that to me, I think being able to understand that for me is a healthy thing. But again, gotta get insurance. But it's just like I guess the way it is, a lot of this is me trying to redeem from a year ago. And I feel that I've come to a point where I've accepted, but yet I am prevented with certain enemies, if I shall say. And I'm not fucked up about beefing with anybody, but it's like I'm trying. And if, like, as I was talking about with the universe before, I know that karma comes back. And I feel that because I am more willing to spend the time to better myself, that karma will work its way to those that have done me wrong, and you know who you are. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you tell the truth, but then you know, when people just exaggerate, add shit onto it, you know, just to make the story juicier, and it's like, you know, so then you try to take a step back. You know, you start trying to practice what people have been telling you growing up when you was a fucking kid at one point, you know, which is that you need to step back and be able to look at this from a higher perspective. So I guess in a way what I am trying to present right now is that I am, as funny as it sounds, I am a chaotic black mage when needed. But I understand certain things, and I am in sync with certain things. Therefore, I believe, yes, in magic. And magic is sometimes looked at as technology or just science, and that's fine too, because I know how to coexist. But the point is that we are all aligned together, right? Which means that feeling, that gut feeling that you feel when you know, when you're wondering if people are like hating on you and shit, dude, that's the thing about people's personal energy, is when you allow them to play out who they are, you know what I'm saying? Their actions show. And it's funny because I'm trying to get back to a point where, you know, everything's all right, and I can play some games again, maybe make some videos for YouTube doing that too. You know, but you know, it was just kind of like off of Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption. Not the first one, but yeah, Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead Revolver. I had to think for a minute, but there's a character on there. Her name's Bonnie McFarlane, right? And I don't remember what the specific discussion was between her and John Marston, the main character, but she said change is only good when it makes things better. And that's just point blank. Simple. And I agree with this. Change is only good if it makes things better. So the universe does put you in situations where it's going to be hard. It doesn't matter what the situation is. But when you know that, and this is some form, I guess this is some form of like 30s crisis. Because if I could go back and do certain things different, I would. If I could go back through my whole 20s, I would. And I would make different decisions. I am fortunate enough to see this now, okay? But with what I was talking about, the energy earlier, is that you have to trust that later on people will see. Okay? And I don't know who needs to hear this, but I understand being in a position where it feels like everybody and everything is against you. Oh, and normally it's because it's over something so fucking stupid. Okay? Like, motherfuckers weren't even there to know anything. Okay? People are just saying based on what somebody else said and that type of shit. He said, she said, childish fucking kindergarten fucking bullshit. Okay? And again, I have come to a point where I know that I can stop. And believe me, I'm an angry motherfucker, dude. Like, I'm like, I mean, I wouldn't say it like that, but like, but it's the truth, you know. And for me, it's there's no, I don't think that there's any meeting or group at all for someone like me, because as I get to know myself more, whether it's doing magic or meditation or learning tarot or whatever, that see, it's just, it's hard to think. But you know, being having to learn to be alone, knowing that you're going to have to be, knowing that you've got to get everything of your priorities right, you know. And my kids have always came first, and that's never been a problem. But I don't know, man. It's just, anyway. I have thought about coming back into magic more often, maybe making a playlist of doing rituals. And it would be a way of me relearning. I could do that with the tarot too, you know, just as it'd be like a form of, because that's real to me, it works for me, the same way prayer would work for anyone else, or whatever you would want to call it, that because I'm able to see and step back from a bad situation, that maybe I could see, like, use the same perception, the same concept in doing rituals for me, because I'm a fucker. Or I can be, and I find myself better in mysticism, I think is the word. I find myself in numbers. I find myself in the season. I find myself at nighttime. And oh my God, my mom could tell you, dude, I'll be out there just looking at the sky, smoking cigarette after cigarette, talking to myself, feeling like I'm talking to something universe wise. It could be God, it could be, or whatever, I don't know, but when I first started out a long time ago trying to jump into whatever, I'd say about like 8, 9 years ago, I bought the Satanic Bible that Anton LaVey wrote. See, but the more you read, the more you know, and little did I know at the time when it's basically humanism with a Baphomet mascot, right? And I studied this whole motherfucker, dude. I was LaVeyan Satanist like a motherfucker, dude. But I had to learn later on down the road that it was only, I guess the word is theistic. That it's literally just ritual, as my stepdad would say it, theater of the mind. That, but there's no real like belief in deity or whatever. In me want to believe that there is something, but I think that there are many things. I think everything is real to an extent. And I think this world is a lot older than what we know of it as. And this is where, people get pissed off and don't want to talk about shit because I'm a witch. I face the same bullshit of discrimination sometimes. And it's fucked up because there really ain't no such thing as love for everyone, is there? That's the Christian concept. But no, nobody's loving each other. And I've heard once that the reason that everyone isn't able to get along is because they have lost sight of God. Okay, well, I'm willing to argue that it's because of dumbass media and fucking bullshit political beliefs. Fucking like real shit. I don't know any way to explain it. It's just, people. See, and I lose it again. Maybe it was that time too many times. But but me being who I am, and I've already said that I am anti-hero or villain. I prefer the dark aspects of things. I am the motherfucker to study from the Necronomicon, dude. I'm the motherfucker to study from the Satanic Bible. I am the dude that would be sitting there trying to read shit about, you know, I love H.P. Lovecraft. I love Edgar Allan Poe. I have a lot of Stephen King books that are probably destroyed by now. And, you know, and I've tried to be I have a late friend who died many years ago who he fucking got his dream to be a horror author, but he also the point is he published a book before he died, and I've always said that I would have a book published for him, and I have a Booksy account that I have all my stories, but I went on an adventure before, you know, life happened where I was about to go through a publisher. Like, I was at that point. And I think a lot of it was because of the title of my story, which I'm not going to say because that's mine. But I think the title was what got them. And, you know, and anyway, life happened and I wasn't able to do it, and shit hit the fan. And I'm still trucking through shit to get, you know, it's just life, you know, as an adult. And then again, you start feeling like nobody understands what you're going through. And then you start having a moment where you consider, you know, making like a little group of people that are interested in the same shit that you are. And I've thought about covens or whatever, ways to socialize. And but then again, I get scared too. Because I don't know who to trust. I don't trust anybody. I do feel like people are always out to get me due to my past. And I think that they know that this bothers me. But I will work on it. And I will be invincible. For me. And so I guess at some point I'm going to start doing more learning about tarot and potentially magic, but it'd probably be a while before you all ever see me again on here. But then again, it's just late night thoughts. All I'm doing is talking to myself anyway. So yeah. And when everything does start going right again, I do plan on going on more paranormal investigations, and I'm going to try and see if I can start using certain things, and, you know, like getting recordings or whatever. I'm going to start doing that with a recorder and then worked my way up to having a spirit box at some point. And yeah, it's just draining, and doing this makes me feel better, because this to me is my way of getting my energy back, the same way that Mom does her tarot. Like, I think it does help when you're actually when have a platform to build your identity, then yeah. And I had my moments, where I was just like, this is pointless. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but it's just like, just keep posting videos, dude. It don't fucking matter if they fucking watch. You're doing it for you anyway. And the ones that do watch, the ones that for a fact are going to view it, well, again, karma's a bitch. Because this whole video is a ritual. Hey, I already ate my karma, and I am currently now. So you can have your piece too. Cursed video. But for the ones that do watch and do support me going through this, thank you. And I hope that you can support me every step of the way. Figured I'd come out here and see why the dog was barking, and I can't find nothing. So, as I was saying though, the ones that do wonder how I'm doing and care about me, and thank you for seeing how I'm doing, and that's all I ask from time to time through here, because I feel that my story matters, and the ones that do care about me should be able to see. But as above, so below. When I was little, it seemed that there was a lot more stars. And the sky was actually dark. We could actually see the stars shining brightly. Now it's just like a navy blue overcoat, or a doomish beige color that you see over the nighttime sky. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like It's like light penny brown, if you know what I mean. If you ever seen The Crow, City of Angels, it looked like that. Well, of course, someone like me would watch The Crow. Halloween season's coming up. All the kids got costumes. They know what they want to be. I'll probably just go as myself. Thought about trying to make a mini horror movie. Just for the sake of, you know, something that doesn't really need a lot to take effect. Something smart. Something possibly a little bit M. Night Shyamalan, but, you know, not that I would ever copy his work or whatever. I'm just saying, you know, you get the idea. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of in the mood to watch Signs. Earlier, I was feeling a little bit of the Lord of the Rings mood, really. I don't know, I might go with Lord of the Rings. Because if I get in my horror mood, I mean, I'll be up all night. And I ain't trying to be up all night. But then again, I can't lay down and I can't sleep ever anymore. So, but yeah, I do plan on doing more content. Like I said, I do plan on doing more ghost hunting. I just don't know what to do next. But I'll get there. It's just been kind of a bad day. I need to meditate more. I need to learn to be unease. The stress is always right here, you know? Kind of like that. I don't know what to do next. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I hope we can make the best magic list, best tarot lit. I mean, I'm never going to surpass my mother. That's just a given. But you know, yeah. I hope you all have a good evening.